I was like, how am I supposed to cut out any more foods? I think I can only eat 15 things. So then you did one, and I had three things, three things.
I want you to tell me what was the biggest number one game changer out of the box solution that none of the other doctors even told you about that caused you to be here. So I'm going to go with Dana first. Where are you today?
Today, I am feeling so much better. I have a lot more stability where I don't have to live in fear of eating something that's going to make me feel sick because I know what I can and can't eat. So the food mapping and testing was super important for me. And then fixing my digestion, making sure that I'm actually breaking down food and that I'm not leaving anything that's readily available for attack by my immune system.
What did you discover in your food mapping?
Well, a lot of discoveries. I had been gluten-free and dairy-free for 2 years. And it's like, oh, I'm being so healthy. I'm getting rid of all of these, things I shouldn't be eating. But every morning I was replacing, normal dairy and cereal with oatmeal and almond milk. And I found out that I am highly reactive to oats and almonds. So realized I was literally poisoning myself every day. So no wonder I felt like it.
I reviewed a food mapping process with somebody yesterday, and I was talking about how critical and life-saving is the food mapping process and results for someone, for example, like Dana, because you're told that, oh my gosh, you have these problems. Why don't you just go on an all gluten-free, all dairy-free diet, vegan, vegetarian, upside down fruitarian diet, whatever it is, right? But the thing is, when you go on any sort of elimination diet, you're going to eat more of something else. Right. And frequently, let's say someone goes gluten free, they're going to go up on almond flour or coconut flour, or they go dairy free and they're going to be upping the nut milks of some type or another. All healthy, all great options, all gluten free or dairy free. But if you didn't know that for Dana's sake, it was what almond and was the other thing?
Yeah, almond and oats.
Oh, oats are healthy. She's doing gluten-free oats. That's an alternative. Why not? Right. So, I mean, this is life-saving information that your doctors are not able to provide and your naturopaths and functional doctors can't provide. Hi, I'm Meg UMD, and I'm a functional and holistic medicine physician and the creator of the Transform and Transform Protocol. If you're interested in learning what are the root causes of all chronic disease, go ahead and click the link in the description where I have a power pack 30-minute training that goes over what are the 5 pillars of Transform. Go ahead, click the link, and I'll see you in that training. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys saw naturopaths or functional doctors and either did elimination diets with them or food allergy or food sensitivity testing, and that didn't yield the answer for you that you did in our food mapping process. Jody, can you speak to that?
Yes, I did two different food sensitivity tests, and neither one looked like the other. And they had tons of foods that I couldn't eat. And I was already extremely limited on what I could eat. And I was like, how am I supposed to cut out any more foods? I think I can only eat 15 things. And
15, it was like 7 when I met you.
Yes. And it was like the two tests were completely different. So then you did one, and I had three things, three things. One was dairy, one was chestnuts, which I very rarely ever ate before anyway, and eggs.
Yeah.
And I found the other day, I tried to reintroduce hard cheese just a little bit because the soft cheeses were a hell no, you had said. So the hard cheeses, I was sort of borderline. Yes, so I thought I'd try that, and then for 3 days after I had it, my oral allergy symptoms revved up.
Boom.
So the fact that I haven't had those in a year and a half has really been helpful to keeping things down.
And you know what, though? A lot of people think food mapping is a food sensitivity test, and it's not. It's a process, which there is testing involved, right? Accurate testing, right? Instead of 50 things from 2 tests that Jody eliminated and could only eat like 7 to 15 foods, we did accurate testing that said, nope, 3. And on top of it, even in the dairy category, I was extremely precise because we actually teach people in our program this whole process and how to understand these test results because there's so much subtlety and data, and there's false positives and there's false negatives that people need to understand so that she's accurately understanding the data, not only from the test, but now from her body.
And so what's the result? You mentioned that you were dealing with so many issues and you couldn't even be around outside because you were allergic to weeds so badly. So I'd like to hear what's going on with that.
Oh, now I can be out there working for hours and I'm fine. I was out there for 2 or 3 hours today earlier and I'm just fine. I'm not exhausted. I'm not laying down like holding my head and feeling like I can't get up. I mean, it was an everyday thing before.
Yeah. And you have a farm, right?
Yes. Yes. So I couldn't help my husband. I mean, he was out there trying to do everything himself, and now I can help again. I can get out there and work, and it makes me feel better to get the physical activity in too.
And so for you, it was both removing those foods and it sounds like it was focusing on stress.
Yes, removing the foods, adding a DAO was a big deal to my
So
meals to
DAO
help.
type supplementation. So we're talking histaway.
Yes.
So there's
Yes.
supplementation that can lower histamines as well. So being able to remove those 3 foods, adding the proper supplementation to lower histamine, step 2, and then step 3.
I think also LDN has been helpful because on
Yep.
days when I have missed, accidentally forgotten to take it, the next day my mouth feels a little puffier and I'm thinking, boy, why is this different? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to take that last night.
Well, that's the
So
other.
I think that has helped along with stress management, like meditation. Those things have all been huge.
Yep. I love that. But the other piece is how much of the foods have you been, because you were eating like less than 10 foods when I met you, Jody. What's your diet like now?
Oh, I'm eating all kinds of things. All kinds of things. I still don't eat out because there's so many other things in the food that I have not had a chance to reintroduce yet to see how I react. But I can eat all kinds of things. I can even eat chocolate now, which I couldn't eat for years. Years.
Welcome back, introducing hundreds of foods that you
Yes.
enjoy.
You know, I just had a birthday yesterday. I had a chocolate cake. It was gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, but it was fantastic and everybody loved it. And, you know, we were able to have a cookout. I was able to eat hamburgers and hot dogs and
Oh my gosh, Jody.
coleslaw. I mean, I couldn't eat any of these things before. When I sit down to breakfast, I look at my breakfast now. I couldn't eat anything on my plate before.
Night and day. Congratulations. What a
Thank
180
you.
for your life.
Hi, and thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in actively looking for a solution to your problem and you'd like to work with us, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and click the link in the description to book a chat with our team. What that's going to do is it's going to bring you to a calendar, pick a time that's going to suit your needs best. It's going to be about a 15-minute phone call. After you book that call, there's going to be a link to a short questionnaire, and that's really important for you to fill out because it's for us to get to know you better and helps us to better prepare to make the most of our time together. After you fill out the short application, it's going to take you to a page where there's a couple resources. What I want you to do is go ahead and click 2 of those and watch those 2 trainings. They're going to really best prepare you for your phone call with us to make the best use of our time together. I and my team look forward to talking to you to learn more about you, to see if we